enjoying their Wednesday. What's up, family? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Y'all, we on, man, I don't even know right now. We on probably 6 different platforms right now. Shout out to everybody joining the live, no matter what platform you're on. I appreciate what y'all do every time I pop on live, no matter what platform I'm on. Y'all showing up in droves, man. I can't even be mad at you. If this your first time on my live and you don't know who I am, I go by Zabo103. I'm the dude that get on these live platforms and I really just try to provoke thought, y'all. I believe that if you think, if you research and you take action, you absolutely without a doubt can win. And nothing in this world will stop you other than you. It's just all in your head. And you gotta make these things happen. Look, I popped on here real quick, just simply because the book is out, y'all. Y'all been asking me for months, months. When the book coming out? When the book coming out? It's out. It is out. It is out. It is out. Definitely go in and tap in over there, obviously at Zabo103TV.com, and get the book Legacy Starts in the Mind. It took me a minute to put that book together, because I wanted to take everything that I had in my head when I was in the mindset from the very beginning, when I had my very first shift. The book, again, you can get it Zabo103TV.com. The link obviously is in the bio. It's ready to go. Anywhere books are sold, really, you can get it anywhere at this point. But definitely tap in over there on the site Zabo103TV.com. It is absolutely available. You can get your copy today, and get started in it. But again, I wanted to get everything in my that was stuck in my head out in the book, right? And one of the things that people kept asking me, man, when you started, man, you had to be disciplined. You had to do this, you had to do that, you had to do, like, how did you maintain doing all these things? And I always try my best to explain, hey, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. It always boiled back down to it wasn't enough information given to folks for them to really capsulate it so they can actually apply these things themselves. So I put it all in the book, y'all. It's there, and there's so much more stuff to come. We've been grinding these last 6 months, and it's been like crazy. I got to go get me a haircut because I've been hibernating at this point. Just pedal to the metal at this point. The book is out. Obviously, definitely tap into it. As you know, Zabo103 TV, the app will be out next week. If you haven't subscribed as of yet, I don't really know what to tell you. We're gonna go up. A lot of people have been hitting me up asking me, we don't see you live as much as anymore, as we used to. I'm like, man, I spend all my time over there on the network. And we're gonna continue to build that network to something crazy, but we got a lot of great things coming. So definitely stay tuned to that. The other thing is, and I want people to truly, um, truly understand and truly grasp this next thing that I'm about to say. The longer you procrastinate in your situation, the worse off it's going to be for you. Like, I know that we talk about, when I get on these live platforms, how to make the shift, how to do something different, how to make your life better than what it is. And anytime I ask the question like, hey, what's holding you back? Everybody, it don't matter who you are, everybody and their mama mention fear. And fear not your issue. It's always been procrastination. Procrastination is the biggest time stealer in the world. Like, you spend your whole day procrastinating on why it's not a good time to do the things that you know you need to be doing. And one of the things that for me that I've been, when I do pop on these lives and I do have an opportunity to chat with y'all and tell y'all what's happening, one of the things that I hear loud and clear, even though nobody's saying it, everybody procrastinate. It's not the right time. I don't have enough funds to do X, Y, and Z. There is no opportunity where I live. I don't know how to do all these different. It's just procrastination because all these things that you don't know and you don't know how to, you just learn it. And not procrastinating, making these things happen is very beneficial. And I will tell you, not to go back to the book, but going back to the book itself, that's one of the major components, showing you how to reshape the way you think. Because realistically, that's where it's going to begin. You're gonna realize that all the different resources, all the knowledge, everything that you needed is in your head. You just got to be able to, you got to learn how to shift the way you think. And a lot of people say, hey, man, my mindset is different from what it was 10 years ago. And I'm like, woof, if it is different, I would have hate to see what it was 10 years ago. If you still thinking like this and you think this is a shift, you're not having that ultimate shift until things really start to change in your life. If you got the same or similar outcomes that you were getting before you started shifting your way of thinking versus now, what's up, family? You didn't make that shift. See, this is when not to give too much of what's in the book, but I want people to understand, because it's not that, it's not that big of a deal for me, right? One of the things that I understood when I was very first starting my journey, it was about chasing money. I know people tell you money ain't everything, and they will speak that to the end of the world. But if they want to lie to themselves and say that money is not important to their life, then realistically, they got a different issue. And what people don't understand is, yes, the money is important, but the reality of it is, it's about you using the money to get your thing back, so you can spend it with the people that you say you care about and love the most. And that's the difference, right? So one of the things that I used to do all the time when I very first started, I used to just chase money. I'm always chasing a bag. Always. I got to go get it. It doesn't matter. I got to get on the grind. I got to go get this money. That's what it was about. It got to the point where you started, I started generating money, and it was just like, all right, I got to keep getting more. I got to keep getting more. I got to keep getting more. And it kept me in a different rat race. When I figured out, right, or when it finally clicked for me, and it clicked in a moment, and this is probably the only way that I can explain it. There's a point in my life where I got to a place where it was getting money. It was about me getting rid of money. And I know, well, that's a good habit. That's a good problem to have. And in theory, it is, but you don't really understand that concept until your mindset shift. See, poor people chase bags all day and try to get money all day long. Wealthy people try to find ways to get rid of money because they know they don't need money. When you get to that level of thinking, that's when you know your mindset started to shift, because the way you think about things is totally different. You're no longer going to put yourself in positions where you're trading your time for money. You're going to be trading your money for time. This is the reason why you hear me say 100 million times over, wealth is not money. Wealth is time. There's a difference. You have to shift your way of thinking in order to get to that level, because most people right now, even though they're listening to this live and they hear me say, man, I be trying to find a way to get it. They hear me say that and be like, well, just give it all to me. They don't understand. They don't get it. Well, nope, you're supposed to save your money, for a rainy day and pass it on to your kids. You're never gonna pass money on to your kids, y'all. At all. You can pass a process on to your kids, systems on to your kids. But as far as just passing, here's a boatload of cash, I'm passing to your kids. You would be absolutely insane to do that. Because the reality of it is, you're going to get hit with that 40% death tax. So when you pass that $100 million down that you do not have, you don't have it. When you pass that $100 million dream down that you're giving in money, cash to your kids, they only get $60 million. And when they get that $60 million, they're going to run through an easy 40 without even blinking. So when they get ready to pass that, taught them, right? That $20 million, if we're just being honest, it's going to look like, I don't know if my math serves me correctly, it's going to look like $12 million that they're going to pass down to their kids. And what your grandkids going to do with that $12 million? Blow it. By the time your great grandkids started to get on this planet, guess what's happening to all that money that you left, that you thought was going to last forever because it was cash? It's going to be gone by the time. It might even be gone before your grandkids leave. The juice ain't worth the squeeze, y'all. You got to think. And that's where the rubber meets the road. And this is the reason why I created this book. Your biggest issue is not fear. It's your mindset. Your mindset is holding you back from everything that you've wanted to do in your entire life. You could have made me believe an ignorant dude like me from Little Vietnam, East Lake Meadows, Zone 6, Decatur, Georgia, barely got a high school diploma, slow, could be on the live telling y'all, hey, y'all, I wrote a book. You would have never made me believe that. Never in a million years made me believe that. And it's almost scary to even really say it out loud, because it's like most people, they let this procrastination. Creme High School, my brother and sister went to Creme High School, or Crime High School as we used to call it, but my brother and sister went to Creme High School. I went to Southside because I played ball. Shout out to Coach Reed. Coach Reed got me over there to Southside High School. Shout out to him. But it was one of those things where, I couldn't imagine doing the things that I'm doing today. You want to make me believe that? Own media company now? That's crazy to me, y'all. I don't know nothing about no damn media company. I ain't no tech guy. None of that stuff. The app will be dropping in a week. It'll be in the Apple store, Android store, Fire TV, Roku TV. You would have made me believe I'll be doing some stuff like this. But full-fledged network. This is crazy to even just think about it. And that's just a fraction of the thing that I got working on and that I got going. Forget the 400 acres of land that I own. Ain't no loans. Forget the pecan farm that I own. Ain't no loans. Forget the subdivision that we're about to get ready to ground on. Don't let that go over your head. That's a new one. I ain't talked to y'all about that yet. We talked about the old subdivision. We out of that. Forget the new subdivision that we're about to break ground on. That's a different conversation. People ain't really, like, I don't think people really understand. And I know what it is. Sometimes when you don't see people, sometimes you think they're not working, but that's when they really grind. I know for me, when you don't see me, I'm grinding. all these things. Appreciate your family. I didn't know how to do none of this stuff, y'all. You can only imagine that I was afraid. Goat the goat. What's up, family? We going to the livestock auction next week, man. And when we get up there to the livestock auction, I am scared right now, goat to goat. So I might have to hit you up, family. But I'm gonna bid on some goats. It's gonna happen. I'm scared too. I don't know nothing about no goats. I got a couple of people around me that understand that business really, really well. But I don't know what I'm doing with that. I really don't. And I'm gonna do everything in my power to learn. It just is what it is. So I'm saying these things, if you haven't gotten a theme just yet, all these different things that I'm accomplishing these days, I'm doing it scared. It don't even matter. It's the buffalo effect, going through a storm. See, most animals, when a storm comes, they run away from the storm. And they just stay in the storm longer because the storm is coming in the same direction that they run in. So if the storm is coming at them, they running back that way. So they got to stay in that storm longer. I'm like the buffalo. When the buffalo see the storm, the buffalo don't run away. The buffalo run through the storm. How the buffalo runs through the storm is because they get through the storm faster. Back over on YouTube. All right, I'm back over here again. I don't know what happened, y'all. It just glitched me out. That was so wild to me, man. I appreciate y'all all sticking with me. The internet's been doing some weird stuff, man. And I thought it was just like the internet service that we got. I'm like, man, AT&T pretty strong. And then I was looking at some other people's stuff, and they were live and they were going through the same issues with the internet. I'm like, this is crazy. We got to figure something else out. But I don't even know where I left off. Y'all tell me where I left off. We got about 30 more minutes. So I'll make this as impactful as possible. What's up, family? We all up in here? Yep, the book is out. Legacy Starts in the Mind. You can go over to Zabo103tv.com and pick up your copy. Go on and get the reading in it. For those law-abiding citizens, the legacy builders over there at Zabo103 TV. Tonight we start the process, y'all. It's gonna be crazy. Started talking about buffaloes and goats revealing too much. Oh yeah, that's probably what it was. I mean, yeah, I don't want to say too much about it. Look, y'all, it's a safe place. Everybody welcome. I'm just showing love. That's all I'm doing is showing love, y'all. I'm just showing love. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just showing love. Definitely though, if you haven't went over there to the website, definitely get over there. Catch the book. Catch the book. Catch the book. Catch the book. Legacy Starts in the Mind. Oh, I got my what's that right here? I just thought about that. I could probably show that way. Okay. Legacy Starts in the Mind. Let's see here. I got a copy of the book. I do got a copy of it, but I don't know. I'd be on 100 miles per hour doing stuff, man. Y'all gotta forgive me, family. Why is it so far back in here though? That's the real question. Well, I thought I had a copy of it, but I guess I don't. But the book is out. Legacy Starts in the Mind, boys and girls. Legacy Starts in the Mind. Legacy Starts in the Mind is out right now. Go pick it up. But back to what I was saying, I'm gonna try to avoid some of those things that would get me, certain things happening on here. But the thing that I'm trying to convey, that I want people to understand, you got to stop holding yourself back. It's like I'm these days I'm looking at things obviously a lot different than what I did before. And it's one of those things where I'm like, again, deal with the same mindset of how do I get rid of money? That's number one. And am I thinking big enough? I don't know I ain't gonna say for most people, for me, that was one of my biggest issues. Not thinking big enough. And when I would do certain things, it would seem massive to me and other people. But in reality, when I look back at it after I've accomplished, I'm like, man, I should have went bigger. I'll give you a real example. The toilet paper company, Triumph Tissue. When I started the company, Triumph Tissue, 3-ply toilet paper, 200 sheets is the closest thing you can get to wiping yourself with silk. I should have went bigger. Not just bigger in rows, but bigger in magnitude with the way I wanted to roll it out, the way I wanted to market it, the way I wanted that company to wind up being. I should have went way bigger. It's the same thing with Zabo 103 TV, right? With Zabo 103 TV, realistically, when I started out, a lot of people are like, hey man, you undervalued the network, bro. I was like, did I? It's like, yeah, man, you undervalue. I said, how did I undervalue it? Man, right now today, over there on the network is $12.99 a month. The information and the process and the different things that we show you over there on the network is worth millions. And I'm not saying it just to say it. There are people over there getting real crazy results, light years. And it's like, you would have never thought about doing these things before in your life, ever. This is some wild stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I tell people, hey, look, if you ain't signed up already, it's $12.99 a month. That ain't going to be the price when the app drop next week, y'all. And it ain't going back down ever to that price ever again. When I look at the competitors that are out there in the same space as me, and I don't really call it competitors because there's enough room for everybody. But when I look at the other people that are in the same space as me with an app and giving information and doing the different things and helping mold and change people and, all these different things that we're going to be offering, they're doing half of the amount of stuff that we're doing on the network right now today. And they easily charging $100 a month and getting it. And it's still worth way more than that. That's what makes this stuff wild, y'all. And I'm sitting back and I'm just thinking about all this stuff, and I'm just like, it's just unreal to be able to be a person that has the ability to go through the things that they didn't went through in their life, having ups, having downs. I'm talking about being in a position where had tons and tons and tons of money. Money was never really an issue, right? A crazy situation. To even file in bankruptcy, Chapter 7. Because I went through it too. Soon as it got discharged, boy, I couldn't wait them 120 days. That discharge couldn't happen fast enough. It taught me so much stuff. I learned so much stuff in that process. And it was scary. It's scary. You say I'm the only one you can see with an app. I know what, and that's the part. That's the part. You know what, Em? That's the part that I get a little confused about, right? So a lot of people will tell me, they'll get on my live, they'll say, you should go check out such and such. She does this, he does that. You should check out such and such. And I'll be like, okay, what does such and such do? Well, they sell courses, they got books, they do crypto, they do all these different things, right? They help you start your business, they help you with credit, they help you with trust, they help you with all these different things. I'm like, all right, bet. So, all right, well, okay. What type of money have you generated from going and watching them? Well, I haven't done it yet, but they really getting it. I ain't going to watch them. If you ain't generated no money from it yet, or you ain't started no process to take steps to put pieces in together that's going to change your life forever, why the hell am I going to watch them win? I don't care about them winning. Who cares? But I always go back to ask the other questions. What else do they do outside of that? Do they have a full-time job? Yeah, I think they got a full-time job too. Well, how the hell are they getting it if they got a full-time job? If what they doing is so great, their business is doing so well, I don't know no business owner who business is doing amazing that got a job. They'll be working for themselves. I just don't know. I don't get it. The math ain't mathing to me. And that's some crazy stuff, y'all. So I decided, because of what just happened here, y'all saw it in real time. They said, you can't talk about that, right? I started the network, Zabo 103 TV. People were like, damn, you started a network? What is it, just pre-recorded content, videos and stuff? I said, yeah, and I go live over there too. I'm going to be live over there tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time too. You got your own network where you can go live over there and do your thing over there. Yep. As soon as I get it as big as into the place I want to get it, I'm going to be coming over here to say, hey, y'all, come on over here. We going up. When that thing started to grow, and keep in mind, that was 6 months ago now, y'all. When that thing went live, and I'm like, oh, crap, that was 6 months ago. Just FYI. When that thing went live, I'm like, okay, we starting to grow. All right, y'all. With people on social media, I'm telling you, I don't mind sharing information with y'all, but I gotta instill this stuff in the people that's invested in themselves. And it's pennies. It's less than a meal at McDonald's a month. So then people told me, hey man, the network's smooth, man. I like what you got going on, man, but man, it ain't that. I like what it looked like, man, but the user friendliness, man, you need to change some stuff, man. If you had an app, man, this thing would be amazing. So what did I say? All right, man, let me talk to the team to see if I can get an app. They said, yeah, man, we can do an app. Take you about 9 months to do it. I said, well, I guess let's go through the process. I got kind of bored with my team telling me gonna take me 8 months, 9 months. I said, man, let me go on and get me a team in here that this is what they do. Tapped on the shoulder to the team that helped out Netflix, Prime. They told me how much it's gonna cost me. I was like, man, I can't afford that. But somehow in the water, thank the Lord for what? Making a way. I looked at that number and was so afraid, multiple 6 figures that I'm gonna have to spend with them every year just to keep this thing running. I was scared as all outdoors, but I know they know what they were doing. Vetted them out. The app will be here in a week. It didn't take them 9 months. It took them 2. But these are things y'all are seeing in real time. These business coaches and all these other people, shout out to them. No hate on none of them, right? It just is what it is. Everybody got to make a living. I ain't mad at that. But here's a real scary thing, just if you haven't figured it out yet. Y'all watch me build a business right before your eyes. So it ain't no situation where it's like, he just saying this stuff and he not doing this stuff. Forget all the other stuff I showed you way before this. Me showing you closing on 41.5 acres of land. Go spending $153,000 cash on a business vehicle. Showing you the different facilities. Showing you the properties we building from the ground up, cash. Forget doing that. Showing you proof of fund letters out the gate. Just because. Showing you real time what a business doing. Forget all of that. You have these business coaches, mentors, all these people that's supposed to be showing you how to do all these different things, and they don't even have a business themselves. And then maybe they do got a business. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. But you're watching this stuff in real time. Y'all watch me in real time build this network to where it's going to wind up being, and y'all going to watch this app come to life in about a week. And it only took me 6 months. Do you got 6 months to change your life? Do you got 6 months to do something to do something to where even when you gone, it's still gonna be around for your babies? It took me 6 months. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Bold statement. Y'all know I've been telling y'all, and I've been saying this. By 2035, we're gonna be billionaires. And I'm not just saying it to try to speak it in existence. It's based off of all the stuff that we didn't put together, planned out, and did what we did. I'm only giving Zabo 103 TV, the app, the media company, the network. I'm only giving it 3 years to be $100 million a year business. Only 3 years to become $100 million a year business. Just that one business. It ain't got nothing to do with the other 12 businesses. It's just that one. It's going there, y'all. It's gonna happen. I've already seen it. And here's the crazy part about it. Y'all gonna get paid from it too. If you are a person trying to figure out how to make money, you want to start you a little something too, y'all gonna make money from it too. They let the wrong person in the door, y'all. Because when I touch that billionaire status, I'm giving it all back. It ain't my money. See, a lot of people get in trouble when they get to that billionaire status. They want to hold on to it and don't give it. They want to keep it. And the powers that be come out and say, this ain't your money. We want our money back. We'll let you touch it. We'll let you do the things you want to do with it. But you got to give us our return on our investment. You got to get our money back. You can't just keep our money. That's called theft, y'all. You got to give them folks their money back. It ain't yours. All money goes back to the original sender. None of us are the original sender, boys and girls. So I already made my little vow. As soon as we touch that Billy, that baby B, we're going to give it all back. And then we're going to go touch the teenage B. Right? When we get that teenage B, we're going to go ahead and get that back. And then we're going to go and touch the adult B. And then we're going to give all that back too. Every time we get to that next level, we're giving it all back. And that's just what it's going to be. Because that's how this world turns. That's how this stuff plays out. When I started writing the book, Legacy Starts in the Mind, it's out now. You can get you a copy now at Zabo 103 TV. The link is in the bio. When I started writing that book, the one thing that I said to myself is, I need to remove the doubts that people have with themselves. I need to take all these ideas that I have in my head and make them practical. How to touch a million first? I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't want to sound cliche. Go grab the book. Go grab the book. That's the best thing I can give and the best way to explain it, just because when my way of thinking shifted, I can't tell you how fast me and my wife touched a million when our way of thinking shifted. It was like it shifted, and when it shifted, I'm not going to make it seem like it was the next day. I don't think that's the case, right? I don't think that's true. That's not a true statement, because we were already grinding, doing stuff, right? And that's a part of it too. When your mindset shift, most likely you should already be grinding towards what you're doing, because you're chasing the bag anyway. So you already be hustling to it anyway. But when your mindset shift, it just, I can't really put it into words. That's why I put it into the book. When your mindset shift, making $1 million, you're going to realize that ain't no money. I mean, it's money, but your mindset being that it's going to shift from trying to go get $1 million to how do I get rid of all this $1 million, you're going to realize it ain't no money, y'all. You're going to realize that. Think of it this way. If you go out right now, you earn $1 million, right? And you earn $1 million with your business, right? Your business generated $1 million. You're happy. You still ain't made $1 million yet. Just so we clear. If your business generate $1 million tomorrow, if your business generate $1 million tomorrow, you still ain't made $1 million yet, because you're going to have business expenses. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, you got $200,000 worth of business expenses. That means you got about $800,000 in income. And as the IRS has made us all aware, if you have a business or you, the person, earn an income, you're going to pay taxes. What's up, family? And being that you made over $638,000 in a year, on the Fed side alone, you paying that 37% tax. And if you live in a state that have taxes, like Georgia, I want to say you're going to pay 5.75%. Just call it 6% to round up. So you're going to pay basically 43% in taxes on that 800 grand. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you figured some stuff out, you got some other stuff, you wrote some stuff, whatever, wrote stuff out, whatever, and you get down to 40% on your taxes on that smooth $800,000. If you got to pay 40% of that $800,000 to the IRS and your state taxes, I mean, my math could be a little bit off, but that means you got to give up $320,000 of that 800. which means you got about $480,000 after you didn't generate it that $1,000,000. So you still ain't got $1 million yet. But let's just say you did that for the first year. I got that for 80. I lived off of $80,000 because I did an S corp. It paid me the rest of the money after the taxes. I'm doing good. Lived off the 80. That 400 that I got it sitting. It's sitting pretty right now. Next year, I'm gonna go and get me another 480. I'm still not a millionaire. I still haven't touched $1 million yet. I ain't spending that money until I get to $1 million. When I get to $1 million, I'm rich. I'm good. That third year come around, you got another 400 in. You got $1.2 million sitting. And I can tell you, just FYI, when you start to make money like that, for the most part, generate money when you got that much money left over, everybody start having issues. They need this, they need that, they need this. It seems like all the issues come out the woodwork. Everybody needs some. Perfect timing, right? So in 3 years, you got $1.2 million. You happy. You done paid your taxes. You got $1.2 million left over. You good. What you gonna do? You gonna go get a big old house with a mortgage? You gonna go buy yourself a nice, pretty car? You gonna do a little bit of shopping, a little vacation? Let's say you decide to go out there and buy you a nice big old house because you're a millionaire. Your house at least gonna be worth 600. If it's worth at least 600, that means out of your 1.2, you got 600,000 left. You got to go get a car that match. You ain't going to go buy no cheap little car. You live in a $600,000 house. Your car at least gonna be $100,000. You going to buy that car cash? You gonna go get a payment? You gonna go buy it cash? You down to $500,000. You gonna shop up some. You might not spend $100,000 in shopping, but you might spend 20. And fellas, you might spend 10. If you got an old lady, she might spend 50. You gonna want to go and drop 30,000 on a Birkin bag for your old lady? You better not, but you gonna want to. So let's just say $100,000 gone between shopping, between you and your old lady and the kids, and whoever else you want to buy some clothes for. You know how y'all do, jewelry and all the other crap, right? You're down to 400. You going on a family vacation, and you ain't doing family vacation the whole time. So you're not spending $100,000 on a vehicle. You're gonna go on a nice vacation, take the kids, spend $50,000 on your vacation. You down to 350. That 350,000 from that meal went down quick. And we still ain't talked about the utility bills you got to pay in this big old pretty house. The upkeep on the maintenance on this property that you got to do. You got this $100,000 vehicle, the oil change on them joints alone, $1,500. Tires on them puppies, easily $2,500 a tire, depending on what type of vehicle you got. I know that Range Rover my wife got it. $2,500 for a set of tires? That's crazy. I'm just saying, like, these are things you don't think about, right? So in a year's worth of time, you got all this stuff paid for. Before you came into all this money, your bills were like $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, 5 max. You got all this big old pretty house, this nice car, all this other stuff, jewelry, clothes, the whole 9 yards, triple, whatever. Y'all spending $5,000 a month still. I appreciate your family. Think, you got all this pretty stuff. Think about that for a second. You spending $5,000 a month. You was at 350,000 left. You still working, making money. You got the business still going. So you still bringing money in, so you ain't tripping. That first year, guess what's going to happen with that 350 you had? 60,000 gone. Just in bills. Forget your property tax in a big old pretty house. The house that you got, 600,000, I mean, they want $6,000, $7,000 a year for property taxes. And you want to go help out your mom. You want to go get your mama a house, don't you? Your dad went there. You got to go get mama a house. Can't have mama like that. What you going to go get mama a house? The average home in America is $438,000. Mama going to go get her a $400,000 house. Mm-hmm. You already know. You got to wait till that next year to get that 480 again. When you get that 480 again that next year, guess what you're going to be trying to figure out how to do? The first thing is I generated another $1 million. I got to figure out how to get rid of more money. So I ain't got to give it to the IRS. I don't want to get the IRS $320,000 every year. Who the hell want to do that? You're going to be trying to do all type of stuff. And you know you got that dream. You want to go out the country and buy you some land out the country because that's our thing that everybody would tell you. I'm going to go out the country and buy me some land. Yep, you're going to have to pay cash. Ain't no credit over there. Ain't no credit out the country where you talking about going to buy no land. If you over there, you buy an apartment, you got to pay the lease for the whole year. If you go over and you decide you want to buy a house over there, you got to pay cash for it. If you want the land, you got to pay cash for it. You say 1031 is changed to buy another property, no cash. What house are you selling? Your mama didn't live in a house. Your mama lived in an apartment. She was renting. You had to go buy a house. You didn't live in a house before you got into all this money. You were living in an apartment, so that means you have to buy something. What are you 1031 exchanging? But these are things that you got to be thinking about before you even get in the game. See, when I started this process and I started going through these things, I did the same thing that most people do. Went out and got me a big old house, nice vehicles, clothes, jewelry, watches, all type of crap. I did all that stuff, y'all. That $1 million, we made it fast, but it was gone even faster. Even faster. And I ain't falling to that trap with the tax thing because it was like, I knew I had to pay taxes on it. I hadn't seen everybody and their mama. Man, I ain't realized I had to pay taxes. Where you been up under a rock? I knew that. I just didn't realize that it was going to accumulate that much. I didn't realize how much I didn't need money. I didn't understand what it really meant. And that's the part that became, had I done this all over again, the very first property that I bought, one pretty house, it probably would have been a big old pretty investment property. Instead of me spending $500,000 for a big old pretty house, I would have went out and got me a 5-unit for 500 grand, $100,000 a door, especially way back then. That's what I would have did. And came up. Me and my family lived in one of the properties. The other 4 rent them out, so I can still get that little break. Let the tenant pay the rent, the upkeep, the property tax, the whole 9 yards. Let that equity grow, and as that equity store enough capital in there to pull that money out and go and get me another property. The way people do to pay these full prices. They go buy this land down here. I can go get these 10 acres for $50,000. It's 35 minutes outside a major city. I definitely could have did that back then. Let me go get them 10 acres. Now I got this 10 acres. All right. I pulled this equity out. I got 400 grand in equity that I pulled out. It cost me $50,000 for these 10 acres. 5,000 an acre. I'm down to 350. What am I doing with that $350,000? I'm gonna take that full 350 and I'm gonna turn around. I ain't going to get no mortgage. I ain't doing none of that nonsense. I'm gonna take 300 grand. I know this is ignorant, or $350,000, and put that joker into a mutual dividend paying life insurance policy. And it's gonna get average, even lower than average, 5% every single year off of that money clockwork. Even if I borrow them that book, man. I really did. It's a scary thought, y'all. And that's the other thing. Like I got a few more things popping up too. Got one, got another book that's gonna pop up in a few months. I'm still working on it because I've been told I got to get some books out there. So I got another book that's popping up in about 2 or 3 months. That's gonna be a wild book. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But this book right here is powerful, just because when you start applying these principles, your life gonna change. And I know that's hard to about a book, but if you apply it, your life will change. Just because you're gonna start to see things that you should have already seen, but you never really paid attention to. And it's gonna be interesting. So again, legacy starts in the mind. You can get your copy at Zabo103tv.com. The app will be out in a week. Zabo103 TV, the app will be out in a week. The price right now to get into Zabo103 TV is $12.99 a month. Today's price won't be tomorrow's price. It will not. It's going to be in the Apple Store, Android Store, Fire TV, Roku TV. We're going to get some movies going on over there, some pay-per-view stuff happening over there. Marketplace going to be real over there too. And the affiliate marketing program is going to start immediately. The affiliate marketing program is going to start immediately. Missy, you came over to IG, I see. Shout out to that. The live freezing. A grip. Oh man, that's crazy. All right, y'all. I gotta get up off of here again. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Again, if you're not subscribed to Zabo103 TV, definitely go tap in. We're going up tonight. And we're gonna talk about the founders. We're going to talk about the founder team over there, the legacy builders over there. This is about to get interesting. That's all I'm going to say. In the meantime, look, y'all be good. I have fun being bad. And I'll see y'all tonight, hopefully. All y'all. Peace.